Villainous beats, villainous beats, villainous beats.
Bring devotion home on digital. Jonathan Majors and Glenn Powell star in this epic and inspirational story based on true events of two heroic U.S. fighter pilots whose sacrifices made them the Navy's most celebrated wingmen. Buy devotion on digital now, packed with behind-the-scenes bonus content available at participating retailers rated PG-13 from Paramount Pictures. Bring devotion home on digital. Jonathan
In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world to stay. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil moving forward, propelled like the juggernaut. It's clear, ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey, everybody, it's your man on the wall, the man up north. Yeah, that sounds about right. Back with another episode, Chris Fury. Back with another episode of Blurred's Eye View. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for tuning in to the YouTube channel, despite YouTube hating on us because of that Oscars, quote unquote, clip we showed. But the episode is up on the YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, and you get to see that episode and all past episodes. But before I get in any further, we do have another sponsor. So get a chance to get this next film on the digital code on the come up. On the come up, you can get, buy or rent today, but you can get a digital code from us today by putting in hashtag hip hop. And what's it about? A young gifted rapper faces a dilemma on her way to stardom and learns it only takes one battle to change her life. Directed by S9E109, on the come up stars Jamila C. Gray, Divine Joy Randolph, Little Yachty, Cliff Method Man Smith, and is available to buy on digital or demand now, rated PG-13 from Paramount Pictures. But you can get one today by hitting hashtag hip hop. But let's get to going. Let's get this show on the road like we always do. We got the gang in the building. Let's start with our man, Cinematic Assassin. What's going on, Will?
Hey, on the come up sound like, what if 8 Mile was made by black people?
It does. I'm not gonna lie. He said, what if it was done this way? Had a little seasoning to it, a little seasoning.
Right.
Oh man. Our Black Fox, man of the square circle. Look, he came in, he was like, I can't believe we starting this.
You know what? Well done, Will. Well done.
It's made by black people. Oh Lord. He has a way with words.
That's well done. I'm not mad about that.
What if 8 Mile minus a little white saviorism? Just
little, say a little
bit. Just
little cream in the coffee, I guess. Man, before I bring my guest out, which are Lloyd and Natasha Jones, they are the founders of Midnight Comics down in Atlanta, black-owned comic company. I got the chance to watch something that I didn't get a chance to mention the last show, and it was The Menu, starring Ray Fiennes. And when I say damn, that was interesting. That was interesting, and I wasn't mad in the slightest. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that one, but
that's on my list because I was like, I looked at them like, no, and they said no. Someone, I think Will, you said no. It's like, Will, no, you need to watch it.
Yeah,
it's not what you think it is. I said, okay,
it's really not. You're just like, this is simple but fun, and I'm kind of with it. I'm actually kind of with it.
It's on my list too. As soon as I make it past them first 7 minutes of Velma, it'll be right there.
Yo. Oh my God. Yo,
I tried.
The things. I tried going back. I tried finding a reason. I really did.
That was a swing and a miss.
I
mean, when I mean a miss, I mean,
it just
it's like it's not even at least you tried. It was like, what? It's worse than the Martin Luther King statue. What were y'all thinking?
Oh no!
I almost want to go into the oh no, baby. What is you doing? This is not it.
Not the oh no, baby. No, baby. No, baby. Bless your heart. It's one of them situations where you're just like, why and how?
I mean, I gotta put this ever so nicely. I see what they try to do, but you know what you think is gonna work, and how you think you're gonna get there. You just didn't figure out the middle part.
Yeah.
The middle part is where the problem was. It's like it was a great intention, but no,
a lot of it started falling flat because I'm like, okay, it haha for a minute, you know, but then it was just like, we're supposed to believe these are the group of kids that end up solving mysteries together later on down the line, and they're okay.
This seems like the group of kids that saw Hard Times. It's like after VH1 special.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's what I was getting
Behind
that
the
vibe.
mysteries.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Velma got woke and just said spit all the tea.
Just all the violence, everything, just nothing was off limits. I'm like, and it is Mindy Kaling. It's Mindy Kaling comedy in a cartoon form.
Yeah.
Well, let's get our guests in. Let's see what they think. What's going on, Lord, Natasha? How y'all doing?
Good, and yourself?
All right. So I don't know if you guys have watched Velma.
Ooh,
Nah.
shaking of the head.
No, we heard
what?
all the reviews and stuff, and everybody talking about it. We was like, you know what? We'll miss it just like she's missing on these jokes. We're done. We're not doing
Okay.
it.
I think I found the culprit behind Velma. I believe I did. I think it was red. I think it was red herring.
Stupid.
You know,
Not even the
original
line.
Veiling, just she gets it.
Wow.
So it's just. I remember there was an episode of the Venture Brothers. Big fan of the Venture Brothers. Big fan. And they poke fun at everything in pop culture, much like Family Guy, Simpsons, all of them. There was an episode where there were a group of teenagers that were very similar to the Scooby Gang. There were some differences. You know, Scooby had a German dog that was literally speaking German, but Shaggy was strung out and the dog really wasn't talking. Fred really was running a sex van because the girls were really wanting to go home.
Yeah.
They felt kidnapped. Velma really was giving off lesbian vibes and everything. And Daphne was just, I guess, the sex pot. But they poked fun at all those tropes. And it was one episode. And it was the way it was done. It was funny. One episode. You didn't need any more. You didn't need any less. And one and done. Even there's an episode that Nathan Fillion voices the Brown Recluse, which is a riff on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
See, that's how you know it was done right, though.
yeah,
That's done right.
There's the comedy. Oh my god! But yeah, it's and apparently they got squared away for a season 2. WB, aren't you in enough trouble? Like,
Who got
right now?
Come on, come on.
I don't know how true it is, but they apparently
They can get in before the year.
I feel like this is Snyder's Stockholm syndrome all over again.
they can't. You know, meanwhile, Matt Reeves and James Gunn was like, "Hey, you good over there? Yeah, I'm good. You good over there? Yeah, I'm good. We don't want nothing to do with nothing in the middle. We'll just stay away from all of that." You know, Momoa has been spouting that he's got some great news. He put on Twitter. He keeps saying, he said, "I can't say it yet." And I'm like, Momoa,
come on now.
We know what it is. We know what it is. It's just because you can't stop gushing about it. You couldn't stop gushing about it before all of this, and you definitely can't stop gushing about it now. And let's face it, you really are what the fans thought you should have been. It was just you weren't the fit. That character wasn't the fit. Not for. He fits better on to show up on Peacemaker. I don't know. Yeah, that would be fun. I can see Lobo. I can see Lobo on Peacemaker.
I mean, just the main man. The main
yeah,
man.
It's the main man. I can see Lobo on Peacemaker. I can really see that. Agatha, Covenant of Chaos has just started filming. I can't wait. There are a lot of. We do know that someone's been hired to play Hulkling.
Mm-hmm.
We do know someone may have been hired to play Wiccan. Just not Wanda's kid.
Interesting.
I'm holding, and this is why I'm holding judgment. I'm holding judgment because withholding. I'm withholding judgment.
Okay.
MCU has a way of taking certain characters and kind of just shifting it just enough, to make it make sense.
Right.
You know, like Tony Stark being the creator of Ultron, not Hank Pym.
Right.
It makes sense. You know, in the back end, it makes sense. You know, Hank. You know, making Shuri the tech genius instead of T'Challa. It makes sense because, you know, in the comics, these heroes are at like 9 degrees and can do all this stuff. They just so happen to, you know, this way, just kind of like, you know, you got the guy who's the tech genius. Of course, he created Ultron. You got the guy who has a sister who's the tech genius. Of course, she can, you know, does all the sciencey stuff. You know, yes, Peter is smart. He's extremely smart, but he doesn't have the means,
money.
Yeah, he
that's what we all. That's what broke. And that
Peter broke.
And this is why we relate to Spider-Man so much. Spider-Man stays in the struggle.
Oh my god, man! I'm like, dude, you still ain't figured out. And then I think about what we go through, and I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I understand now. Never mind. You still should have stayed home with your aunt for a little bit, you know, because that New York rent, though. You went from having wheat pancakes to day old pizza.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my god! But we are talking with our special guests tonight, Natasha and Lloyd Jones of Midnight Comics. Tell everybody, let's switch you around up here. Tell everybody what's Midnight Comics, how they can get it, and where they can find this stuff, your characters, all this stuff.
Okay. Well, of course, again, Lloyd and Natasha. Of course, we started Midnight Comics. You can find us on midnightcomics.org and, of course, all of our various social media pages. And it all started. Oh, am I starting there? Yeah, it started. Naruto. Okay, we you know, big fan, you know, anime comics and all of that heavy, and the ending really just messed us up. Like, really? So no spoilers. Y'all have watched Naruto.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So you're telling me Naruto was able to fight for days on end? You fighting in the war, fighting Obito, fighting the Jinchuriki, fighting Obito again, fighting the Ten Tails, fighting Madara, fighting Ten Tails version of Madara, fight Kaguya, and fight Sasuke. They won? No. And everybody got what they want? No. But what was the enemy's goal? Everybody gets stuck in the tree and gets stuck in the infinite Tsukiyomi and gets what they want.
So ever since the end of the manga, that has been our
that's
still in the tree.
Nope, everybody's in the tree. Boruto, that whole series, it's a fever dream. And the Kara organization, because, you know, a little bit of the story for that, right? The Kara organization, right? Jingen, however you say his name, Jigen, he's an Otsuki. They're from space. He's not affected by that. He came down here with Kaguya and got away, right? And so they're trying to break the cycle. That's my headcanon. Anyway, so we like so we like
for it all to be fake from the time Madara got stabbed. Kaguya don't even exist.
Right. But we really enjoyed doing like what ifs, how we would do it better and stuff. We was like, you know what? And we've always been writers, so we was just like, you know what if we just did our own thing? You know, and you know, if we get to a point in writing, it's just, oh man, they all should lose. Okay, then they lose. Like, let's not try to figure out a way to shoehorn a victory in there. Nah. What happens? How do you pick up the scraps? I like how what if Infinity War ended, right? We get the 5-year time skip. There is no time heist. That's it. The people that got dusted, they're dusted. That's the world now. What happens now? You know, like it sucks. We just got these
That's
characters.
a hard,
Oh no,
that's a hard what if right there.
that's tough. Now, you know, now that we know about this next saga with the multiverse saga and stuff like that, you do your Secret Wars, you do your Kang Dynasty, and then you bring these characters back that way. But now we know when there's stakes and people can get taken out, it can happen. Not, oh, okay, well they'll bring them back somehow. Nah, they're gone.
Yeah, that was the general takeaway. Like when I walked out the movie theater, my wife was like, they took off Black Panther, and I'm like, we'll get him back. Because I wasn't as a fan, I'm like, they're bringing him back. You know, like I read the book, so like she doesn't read the books, I do. You know, so you know the worry wasn't there. You know,
exactly.
But the gut
and like you watch a Batman movie, you know Batman's gonna prevail. But what if we got? I loved the Batman when it was just like, oh, you didn't figure it out, and then everything started blowing up and stuff. Now, what if Batman died at the end of it? I mean, that's never gonna happen. But what if he died at the end of it? You would never see it. Where does it go? No, it was a standalone movie. Ain't no sequel. He's dead. The end. Gotham is doomed. The end. You would never expect that ending. Ever. You go into any superhero movie and like, they're going to win. They're going to survive. They're going to save the day. If they don't win this movie, they'll come back to the next movie. And it's over. Done. Then there's the greater new DC universe. And now the rest of the heroes that exist in that universe take over and pick up the slack. Something completely new and different. So sorry if I started rambling there.
No, we want the ramble. We want the ramble because we like this type of give. We like this type of meat. You know, so obviously Naruto was like, you know what, we could have wrote a better ending.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
So that was the catalyst right there. They were like, you know what?
That was a go on moment. Like, go on. This is going in. He has so much he has to say about this, but go on.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work, you know. And I get that. I can understand that because it does something different when you get a story. You know, you're as fans of comics and comic book movies and television shows and stuff. We are fans that we expect that happy ending. We expect that moment, that last ditch effort moment, you know. But you're right. What if? Which is why I love that series. What if? You know, what if they actually failed? What if there was no Hail Mary? What if there was no rat who actually turned on the machine by accident?
What are the chances?
Like what came through and the rat?
Right. You know, so some of the projects that you have on the come up on the wire. I know you have you just finished a Kickstarter. Am I correct?
We're about to start one actually on Monday.
Okay. So I've seen some of your stuff. I like it. Which is why I reached out to you guys anyway, because I'm like, oh, I like what they have. I want this. I need this. I want more of this because we don't get a lot of that. And it's not every day where, as I tell people, this is a platform where I try to show POC creatives doing things that don't get seen, never heard of. You have people like Concrete Comics out here right now. You have the Antagonist comics that's going on right now. I need to go back and get the other edition of Black, which that was a great series. Bitter Root is another one. You know, these are great series. And there are Black writers and Black artists that are behind these series. You know, Black Sands Entertainment. That's, you know, they're putting a stamp on a lot of stuff. So how did you come up with some of your characters? Let's talk about some of them.
Do you want to start on that one? Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Most of our characters are actually based in a lot of different lores or religions or stuff like that. So you have Soul, who has the 2 Egyptian deities, Amon and Ra, inside him. So he's based on, Egyptian lore. We have the Unbeloved that's based on Shinto lore. It has 2 Shinto deities and their kids. Is that all the deities? We have another one we can't exactly.
Well, we can't talk about
yet.
Okay. That's the shadow character.
Yeah,
that's the download skin. That's the download skin.
They're around, but you just don't know their backstory, who they are exactly. We got the Blue Morpho, who is our original character, but she actually
stems from the
butterfly, who is a public domain character, and she was actually the first ever Black superhero in comics.
So she predated Storm and Vixen,
came out in the 70s.
Yeah,
and 2 issues, that was it.
Right.
And then we have the Gray, and we were like his favorite, and the Gray is a physicist. She's an experimental physicist dealing with the study of black holes and stuff like that. And well, you're really into space stuff and physics and stuff like that.
This is my favorite character.
So that's how we came up with the Gray.
Yeah,
specifically.
So yeah, love space stuff, all of that. And so I was just like, what if we made a character, right? She's no person, she's super smart. So she's these particle accelerators, miniatures. She wears them like glove, right? And she's like, oh man, we do so much with the energy that we can make out of this. Of course, everybody wants to weaponize things when we create something new, right? But again, you're messing with black holes and stuff. So she accidentally created something that could potentially destroy the solar system. So she's like, well, you know what? I like superheroes. I'm going to become a superhero. I'm going to use my weapons to stop other people from using them as weapons. But she also can't fight. So, is she going to actually be able to stop this organization from using this potentially solar system destroying invention of hers? So, it's going to be,
we call her Kamala because she's like a superhero fangirl. And she wants to be a superhero so bad.
I love that.
But she knows literally nothing about what she's supposed to do to be a superhero except help people. That's it.
Right.
She just knows she wants to help, whether with her brain, if she got to try and throw hands with somebody, if she got to get her butt beat a couple times and learn a lesson, whatever it is.
Yeah, that is Kamala. No, that is Kamala. That's Kamala all day. By the way, happy birthday to Lady Mandalore, everyone.
Sorry. Hi. I apologize.
No apologies. This is your day. You don't apologize on your day.
A lot of unexpected things happened at the last minute for me just now. So
it happens.
Things happen when you turn 26. It
just is what it is. It's
sure.
what it is.
I remember that. Yeah.
So, where did you guys meet? When did you go? Because this is something I don't want to say it's rare, but it's rare in a blurred culture when you have someone, when your mate is into the same things that you're into. Where you're pretty, because you both mentioned Naruto. So, and the fact that you are mentioning it, there's people that was like, "Oh, this is too much. I can't commit."
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. This is not towards you. Look, I got my wife hooked on the Firefly, and she watched, and I had the DVD. I got her to watch the entire season, and she's like, "So when's the next season coming out?" I'm like, there isn't.
Yeah. So about that.
About that. Set up for the letdown.
Yeah. She's like, "Why you show this to me?" I'm like, "Because you need to know the pain." If
that was not a moderate moment, you need to know. You shall know.
Feeling very well. I'm just saying. I'm like, "Oh, you're going to feel this pain," So
I need someone in this dark hole with me.
However, she is a big Nathan Fillion fan now, so there's a plus. That's how it happened for all of us. So how did you guys meet?
We met in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've known each other since
goodness gracious
his freshman year. I'm a year older than him.
Yeah.
So for 5 years.
We used to argue. Say again.
So 5 years. Y'all been together 5 years?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
You take that win.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, we used to argue about which one was better, Marvel or DC at the lunch table.
But,
well, yeah, whatever.
But yeah, we sat at the same table. We had the same group of friends and everything.
That's how it always begins. Which one is better?
Gaming.
Yeah. I was more of a DC fanboy.
I definitely was definitely
yeah.
A little bit of DC, a little bit of Marvel.
Obsessed.
It's nice to have both houses
Right.
under the roof. It's good. It's healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm still mad at them making Bruce die from orbit and still live, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, prep time. It's okay.
There you go. That's all it is.
Prep time.
We did this before already. We did this. He's my guy, but I'm just like, come on, my guy. You know?
Yeah, nah.
Like I said it before. I'm like Clark somewhere. Just like, you know, Bruce. He's just like, come on, man.
I like when he fought against the Predator. Y'all remember those?
Ah, yes.
He
Yeah.
got
The 90s.
I mean, the 90s, right? That and the other one where he fought against the aliens, the xenomorphs and stuff. My gosh, all those covers back in the day, man.
Hey, Laney, what's going on? Geek by Hearts in the building. Yeah, those crossovers then were bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Batman versus the Predator, Batman versus Spawn, Superman versus the aliens, Ash versus Jason versus Freddy, Ash versus Marvel Zombies, Ash versus it was cross promotional for everybody. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And it was just screw his prep time.
Look, I agree.
Bama Blurred woke up with on the violence on his mind.
He just came straight in with the screw prep time. Screw Batman prep time.
Disrespectful.
That's so wrong. But it is when you do have that battle between nerds and blurs alike. Who's better, Marvel and DC? And I'm one of those blurs where I just say I'm like that taco commercial. Why not have both? You know, so I don't see anything wrong with it. There are some things in each house. Yeah, there's some things in certain houses that I'm just like, yeah, because 90s was rough on everyone.
Yeah.
Marvel was
really here.
They were imploding. They were imploding. That's when I say I had every X-Men title, every Spider-Man title, every Batman title. It was nuts. Like normally you get a title twice a month at best. Maybe 2 titles a month. Not every week. Web of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man the following week.
Man.
What's the Spectacular Peter Parker? That was the other one. I'm like, yo, they just keep going.
He just did
foil covers.
Those were annoying. It was annoying. It was too much. They were doing too much to hold us or to try to hold us.
Scott had a lot of pockets for no reason. I still don't know what he had over. So it was just that was a time.
The glam rock Thor.
Yeah. Aquaman losing a hand, trying to look tough with the beard and everything, long flowing. It was a thing. It was a thing.
It was good and terrible.
He's like, let's make it dark and broody. I'm like, he lost his parents. How much darker and broody can it be?
That's what DC stands for. Dark contrast.
Shut up.
It was like, how much broodier can you get?
That's
like, so that was a moment. There was some moments in the 90s. Clone Saga, that I choose to forget, and some that are just ingrained. Clone Saga that I can't forget, and
Ben out of the Clone Saga. Can we at least appreciate Ben Riley? Jeez.
No,
no, wait, real talk. Ben Riley was probably the best thing to come out the Clone Saga.
Yeah. That's fair.
He got done so wrong. Just
he did, and they, I haven't seen a Ben Riley suit except for this newest version, this Schism or Chasm, whatever. Yeah, I don't like that look. But every other look that he's had has been great looks. And I'm a big fan of the hoodie look. I'm just sorry. The hoodie look, that was the look. He should have just stuck with the hoodie Scarlet Spider look. It was functional. He had a hoodie.
Yeah. But would they keep it?
Miles took it over.
Yeah, but Miles like perpetually 16, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles is stuck in a time loop.
Yeah.
We talk about people having fountains of youth. That character between him and Angela Bassett, they found out something.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
Really?
See, Will,
Really?
you thought it was me. Go reset the clock.
It was bound to happen eventually. It was bound to happen on at least every show.
You thought I was going to wedge one in. It was. See, reset the clock. So Midnight Comics was born. When did you start making Midnight Comics?
2020.
Oh, okay, right. So right during the pandemic. So cool. How many titles are you looking at?
Okay, so there's technically two answers. So our story, Tales from Midnight. So I guess that would count as a title, right? But inside of there, so it's our anthology series. So we have 4 titles in that book. First one, right? So we have Blue Morpho, Soul, The Gray, and Admani. And then in this next one that's going to Kickstarter, Tales from Midnight Issue 2 has 3 additional stories, or 3 new stories rather, with The Last Day, Raven's Omen, and Dogma. And then we have our manga series, The Unbeloved. So, yeah.
So now I seen on your bio that you mentioned you do manga and Western style. So you have a Western style comic series? Like
no, traditional style. Excuse me, traditional style.
Oh, traditional. Okay, traditional. Okay.
Yeah. So like we have these joints, right?
The
manga, and then we also have the comics. So we're doing both.
Which is your most difficult?
You write the manga.
The manga is easy. Yeah. The manga is so easy. I think the traditional style comics was tougher. The amount of research I think I had to do for some of the for a lot of them, but for the traditional style comics specifically, like The Gray, that was tougher. That was more sciencey stuff. But I think the manga just came really easily since we was coming off the tail end of really binging a lot of our old favorite animes and mangas and stuff like that. So it was just like I just fell right into the fold of that one. Versus doing the
So Natasha's like, you write the manga. You write the manga. You write the manga. So you mentioned in the manga, obviously stories like Naruto, and what's your other favorite anime?
Fist of the North Star, Code Geass.
Nice. I'm sorry, it's just something we talked about the other night, and I literally showed a clip from the live action movie.
That's live action movie. Oh man,
scarred.
We had to show some people who'd never seen it. So I know between me, Chris, and Will, and Kira got to see the last time.
I was on Demon Time. I'm like, I will not suffer alone. I'll go down with the ship and I won't take them with me, but I will not suffer alone. But yeah, because it's funny. But yeah, once again, we're fans of Fist of the North Star, the anime and the manga, not the movie, not the movie. Kira, I know you're trying to dabble in the anime.
I don't
You s-
don't do this to me.
You're skirting around the rim
Oh,
there.
don't do this to me.
Are you still in the waiting pool, or are you just like, I'm gonna wait till all y'all go out there first?
On what? On a specific anime? Or
You know, that's a wonderful question, Kara, because
Yeah.
you did give us a list. Where did you dive into first?
well, okay, so all right. I can't watch Bleach. I mean, I'm watching it. I know, it's sacrilege. It's one of the big
Ooh,
three,
this-
quote
this-
unquote.
It's
It's not
not
though.
sacrilege.
Go ahead, Kara.
Oh,
This
Jesus
is
Christ.
a
All
safe
right,
place.
y'all
This
can
is not
hit.
judgment.
It's a safe place, exactly.
Safe place.
It's fine. It's fine. Some people don't like Bleach. I didn't say I don't like it. I just said it's going to. I know. No, I'm not diving into nothing.
Diving in.
I just no. I did watch Future Diary. That I do love. Future
Okay.
Diary. I'm catching up on Attack on Titan. I fell off.
Okay.
I was giving it Bleach energy too. Not because I didn't like it. It was just what the fuck is going on? Somebody tell me something.
You just gotta.
Can we get to it? Like I know, can we get to the Titan part? That's all I want. Just like let's kill some shit.
So let me impart you when it comes to anime, there tends to be a lot of filler, and as you
Wait. I gotta preface before we go into that. I have watched all of Dragon Ball.
that counts.
Okay. I have watched all of it. I am a fan. I got my poster up. I'm with that.
Okay.
This new stuff, y'all doing too much.
Wait.
I was gonna say you may want to avoid Chainsaw Man then.
No.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man is not that. Chainsaw Man is
Chainsaw Man got right into it.
They're moving. They're strolling along. Spy Family is starting to ease into that trap where it's like, all right, what we doing?
Something?
And I love them, and I watch it all the time. I watch it religiously, but they're starting to fall into that. Can we do something? I mean, I know y'all got to string along your and Twilight, but can we do something? Can we get Anya and the op on board or something like that? Can we do something a little funky? I mean, not like funky. No. Dragon Ball's top tier.
No, Kira, it's up. Kira, look, I just want to know because everybody's anime level is different as far as taste go. So that's why I'm asking you because I'm like, where do you land on the scale? Just for my information.
I mean, I like violence.
Okay, so
I do like violence.
Are definitely the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Get some berserk in there.
Say that one more time.
What'd you say it was, Natasha? I think they froze for a second.
I need to get a little berserk in there.
Did we freeze?
Just for a second.
Oh, you're good. You're good now.
Oh, we're good now. Okay,
Yeah.
Berserk. That's what you were saying.
If I get into Berserk, I'll never tell anybody about it because them people is weird. Them fans, y'all weird. Y'all are. You're weird about it. You're weird about it.
I'm weird just because it's me.
No, you're like an outlier, Will. Like everybody, other people I have a friend that I've known for 20 plus years. I will never tell him that I watch that show ever. I will never tell him I watch it.
Never.
Okay.
Okay.
Say never. But
All right. Cinematic Assassin. What animes are you touching right
now? Am I watching anime right now?
See.
Listen, what I like to do is like get real attached to something and then just stay in that arc.
Mm-hmm.
So like we was talking about Naruto earlier, the Chunin exam.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just get to the end of that, just run it back because that was just the heights of excellence.
It was this season, yeah.
One of the best arcs.
That's kind of where I got stuck to, Will. You're not alone. I got stuck. You're not alone.
I think it really stopped being ninja fights at that point and really started getting like way out of hand. I think is what caused a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Oh, when Rock Lee took the weights off his legs.
Okay, yeah. I'm not
That's
gonna
gonna be a lot
lie.
of
I
fans.
was like, oh,
The way it was so nonchalant, you can take the weights off now. I'm like,
Yes, finally, I can move freely. Like,
I'm like, you weren't moving freely before, man.
look at me, I'm Pele.
I'm sorry. That's when we learned where Rock Lee may have had a connection to Goku. That was basically instant transmission.
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh damn. This dude, a whole beast over here.
And Kira, you said you kind of slowed down on Attack on Titan. I liked that somehow we went from just like a very clear, violent, I get what's supposed to be happening, into this whole mysterious, like, bloodlines and historical fantasy.
Will, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to. I need you to not spoil nothing for me because I'm really behind.
Okay,
I mean, I literally just watched the episode where Aaron gets kidnapped.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Yeah, don't look at me crazy. Don't look at me wild. Don't look at me wild crazy.
We can't say nothing because she's on 5. So it's like she's on 5 and 1. So you gotta.
Glad I ain't say my other favorite part out loud. Jeez.
Oh man, Black Fox. I know you're Naruto, and
my list. I'm surprised I sleep. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised I sleep.
Wait till that baby comes, brother.
I'm still not sleeping. Who am I kidding? No, no, I pretty much I'm like Chris. I'm part of the One Piece Brigade. I'm still trying to catch up on that. I'm trying to think. How can I name off all the? Okay, so definitely a Bleach fan. I've been following that since 1,000-Year Blood War. Love that. Love what they have so far with that. My Hero Academia. I loved Black Clover. I loved Overlord. I've loved Soul Eater. Blue Devil, which again a friend of mine on another podcast got me into for Blue Devil. Chainsaw Man, the reason I mentioned that because I did not think I was gonna really like it, but it was actually very well done.
They get ready too.
I'm looking at you funny. How
Chainsaw Man. Look, I'm gonna tell you
the name stopped me, but I was like, no, I'm gonna watch it because what the fuck?
It was exactly what is what
the fuck.
Chainsaw Man was probably the first anime I watched without reading the manga. Usually I read mangas first, anime second, just because number one, being a Gundam Wing fan, I was like every Gundam except for Gundam Seed. We could do without Gundam Seed. But anyway, no, everything else I'm good.
Laney, can I tell Laney what Chainsaw Man's about?
Yes.
Chainsaw Man is about a broke brother trying to pay off his debts and trying to touch a boob. That's all he wants.
That's all he wants in life.
Yeah.
There's blood, there's violence, there's insanity.
That man just has a job. He got a job, and
he wants a hot meal and maybe a little boob. That's it.
I swear he kills me every time. He was like, "I got some bread," and I'm like, "Man, you broke, ain't you?"
That man was thankful just for the bread. That's hard times when you thankful for bread.
Not and I ain't talking about a loaf. I'm talking about one slice.
Yeah.
No spoilers. But when they said we ran out of food, how are you so calm? He said, "Being poor has prepared me for this," and rolled over and went to sleep.
This ain't new to me. This is true to me.
And here I was going to ask y'all, what is a line from a show or movie that's not supposed to be funny, but is, and you just beat me.
Yeah, I paused the show to cry. I was stomach hurt.
That's that line you just relate to, just right in the soul. Like, poorness has prepared me.
God. It's because that was a funny line. I'm not gonna lie. I am watching One Piece. I'm on 650, so I'm more than halfway through the series.
That number sounds dumb. Like every time you check in about One Piece,
it sounds more sane than 1,000, and I think
right.
25 there or 20 that they're on or something like that. So yeah,
1,021 as of yesterday.
1,000 too many. Yeah.
So I'm halfway. I'm more than halfway through the series. which means I'm covering ground. I'm I'm covering good ground. Let's face it. I was thinking about this the other day. Most animes are like this. The antagonist is someone who has the power, wants to keep the power, or wants to gain the power by any means necessary to hell with everybody else. The protagonist is the one that's full of hope and just wants to, he doesn't really care about the power. He just wants to be in front.
Ooh, I got to counter that.
Go ahead.
One Punch Man. I have a complete count. Man, it's like it sounds stupid.
Yeah, 650.
It sounds stupid. It does sound stupid for all those that don't know what One Punch Man is. But just to put this in synopsis, he is basically so strong that his whole basis, he's bored because no one can match his strength. So he's steady more trying to go out and find people, but it never really winds up being a fight.
No. When you say nonchalant, like just no true.
Yeah.
Do not care.
Yeah, it's that all day. It's like, bam.
Yeah.
It's just like even his names of his moves, non-consecutive punches. Oh no, but and I've had some people sit there and say, but it's so stupid. I said, but that's the beauty of
the world's greatest hero.
Right.
So I did 1,000 push-ups every day and 10,000. I'm like,
got so strong his hair fell out.
you're right.
As a person that worked out, I was like, wait a minute. So you did 100 push-ups, you did 100 sit-ups, and you ran 2 miles every day?
You know who his motivator was CT Fletcher.
Man,
don't do it for the taste, motherfucker. Do it for the results. Oh my god. So yeah, there's obviously anime fans on this panel. That's good. Yes, Lainey, I am on 650. I was just thinking about what she said. Yeah, 650. Don't ask me how I do it. I'm just good at it at this point. My Hero, I'm not restarting. I'm just picking up from season 5.
okay.
They keep battling classes and it's boring. That's what it is.
Oh, you're gonna change. You'll find out.
Real quick.
You'll find out.
It was like it was getting on my nerves, and that's why I kind of stepped away for a second. I'm like, I'm just so sick of y'all fighting.
If you're in season 5, it's getting to a real nice part.
Yeah, so I know it's gonna break. I'm 7, maybe 8 episodes. It might be more than that in. I actually was rewatching Batman Beyond last night.
Nice.
Okay.
It was on HBO Max, and I said, you know what? Because I watched Super Sons. That's what it was. I had watched Super Sons.
I didn't see it. How was that?
It's not bad. I mean, it's Damian and Jonathan Kent, Damian Wayne, Jonathan Kent, and it's just kind of a tongue-in-cheek kid adventure. It's not like DC Super Pets kid adventure, but it's
okay.
It's an adventure with these two kids. You know, yeah, it's one of them type of things. It's
so the Rock is not there.
No, the Rock's not there.
Yeah, that was the caveat, right?
Yeah, the Rock's not
anywhere.
Currently
not anywhere.
I think what they're doing with their animated runs right now, they seem more one-offs opposed to. I think Flash Paradox was the last one that kind of linked all their previous movies. And then after that, they just became like these kind of one-offs, you know, Arkham Asylum, Batman Gaslight, you know, what's the other one? Not Under the Red Hood, but the two-parter one that Jensen Ackles just started. Long Halloween. Long Halloween. So they became like this one-offs that's not really connected with anything else. You know, those are fine too. You know, you don't have to have any major connection to them. They're just good to see.
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch who called. I don't even remember who did Batman's voice.
In which one?
In the Super Sons. I can't remember who did.
What's that guy's name from that Drew Carey show? Dietrich.
Oh,
something.
Dietrich. No, it wasn't Dietrich Bader.
Okay.
It wasn't Dietrich Bader. But when I hear his voice, because he's done Batman and Brave and the Bold, but he's done another DC character. So when I hear his voice, I laugh because all I see is Drew Carey. So I do know that I know the kid that played in Shazam, the one that had the crutches. He does the voice. He does the voice of Jonathan Kent.
Okay.
But yeah, so because I kept hearing his voice, I'm like, you know how you hear a voice, I'm like, I heard that voice before. I heard it before. Then you got to look it up, and then I'm like, oh, that's the kid from Shazam. You know, so it's those type of things. So, did you guys hear? You know, since they're celebrating their 30th anniversary on Netflix, I want to say in April, they're doing a Always a Ranger. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger. That's what it's called. Netflix movie. Original Black Power Ranger Zach is back. Original Blue Ranger Billy is back. Rocky is playing the Red Ranger. I can't remember Catherine Sutherland's character's name, but she's playing the Pink.
Oh, she's Cat. So she's
Cat. Yeah. The original Pink Ranger did not come back. She wanted to, but you know, I guess they were trying to shortchange, you know, and
money was funny.
Yeah, money was funny. But I don't think it's out of the cards for her to show up later. You know, I think they'll come up and say, hey, you know.
I'm just happy that Zach's hairline got fixed.
Man, come on.
He better not. He better bring his own hairstylist. I know that.
In Jesus' name.
That took a minute. I'm like, yo, you got here in California, my guy, at the juice bar, lineup just
they gave you the lineup. They gave you the lineup that was done with a weed whacker and a bowl.
That's it. Like then, like they spruced it up. They're like having grow out some locks or something. I'm like, you think we're gonna forgive you for that non-hairline that my man had? Like,
it's like you gave him the George Jefferson.
For real.
Nah, he had the golden arch.
You know
they
how
gave him the ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You know how you had that mother that sit up there was like, I can cut your hair, baby. You know, like, oh no.
You got that one uncle who had one too many 6-packs. Good boy, come here. I can cut hair.
I got you, boy.
I can let me
hairline be back here, and sideburn.
That forehead looked like he had a forehead like a 5-head VCR. Just bruh.
So bad. Oh my God. So Lloyd and Natasha. What are you watching right now? Anime, movie, TV series?
Just Bleach.
Yeah, we just finished all of
I was sad because I remembered that the
that's coming out in batches. Well, yes, we just finished with the episodes of Bleach. We actually were a little late watching Spy Family. We just finished watching that with the kids. Oh my gosh.
JoJo's.
We haven't finished JoJo's.
We haven't finished the
JoJo. Yeah.
JoJo appreciation.
But haven't finished the anime yet. I guess we kind of started trying to watch My Hero again. We read the manga up until some of the more recent stuff. But now I want to see anime. Shigaraki out of control right now. So like that out of control right now. I'm not gonna say that further than that. But that boy.
How far are you in JoJo?
Oh, Stone Ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite? So who's your favorite JoJo?
Jolene right now. Is Jolene and Josuke are my favorite ones.
Okay.
I was just talking to one of my friends about this, and we were talking about it was Joko. We were talking about the fact that like before the Stardust Crusaders was, oh man, they're so cool, but we was like, they probably couldn't take any of the threats that come after at all. I mean, you look at Diamond is Unbreakable. It's like even Jotaro, obviously, Stardust Crusader, he almost died. He almost died.
My guy did almost die, man. Yeah, damn. Like he's one of my favorites, and I'm like, my guy almost died. What the hell?
you know, and it's just like, dang. I mean, we saw what happened to Polnareff, so it was just like, dang, like y'all wouldn't have.
He took
Y'all
a
wouldn't have.
beat.
If this was y'all's season,
That was a
Stone Ocean was y'all's
disrespect.
season. Y'all were dead. They're dead.
Like I had it playing when I was driving. I can't remember where I was driving. I had to pull to the side of the road because I'm like, why y'all doing this dude like this? Like it was such a disrespectful whooping. I'm like, why are you doing this guy like this? It's not right. I was like, and it was the only brother. I was just like,
Oh man,
Every
right.
season after, honestly, JoJo is disrespected somehow.
Somehow
Even
he
Stone
does.
Ocean is like, well, now we got to try and
Add
pay
commission.
CDs because he's.
But I like how resourceful the whole Stone Ocean crew is. Jolene with, obviously with Stone Free and all that. Like she's so resourceful, just even using her stand to sew herself back up. Like come on, like.
It's so funny because she doesn't realize how much
right?
Yeah, it's funny to me because she doesn't realize how much of her father she really is. It's just that you may hate him, but you don't realize just how much you act just like him. So Geek by Heart says, any good recommendations for horror anime?
What was the name of that anime?
Shiki.
Shiki's good. Shiki's really good.
Okay.
That's the vampires.
In this little small town. Yeah. And then, of course, if we're also including manga, anything Junji Ito is 5 stars.
Cool. I'm with it.
I was gonna say horror anime. She can try Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay, yeah, that's another one. Look, Kira's like, I don't think I am going down that horror route.
Kira's like, I'm good.
I like horror. I've never found a horror anime at all. So that would be another.
Never found one?
No.
Never found one you liked, or found one that interests you?
I have not seen those two things together, or at least when I'm watching it, I don't realize that that's a thing.
Okay.
It's taste for everybody. I know Marvel tried the anime thing for a while.
I mean, their Wolverine wasn't bad.
Yeah, Wolverine wasn't bad. Blade was probably a close second.
Mm-hmm. Got like Black Widow Punisher joint.
Yeah, I would say a Black Widow Punisher.
Yeah, that was all right.
We made fun of it the whole time.
Oh my god! So yeah, there's Kira, there's a few of them that you can pick from.
I don't know,
and they have different variations. They definitely have different variations.
Right.
Like you said, you watched. Hold on, what do you say? Bama Blur still want to know which screw Josuke.
Wait, say rework
which screw Josuke?
Which screw Josuke?
Maybe.
I kind of feel like we're playing a fill in the blank story right now.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Think a finger slipped or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it just depends on, like, I'm like you, Kira. I started out with Dragon Ball. Well, I take that back.
Ooh,
I take that back. No, I take that back. Yeah, I was gonna say Voltron. Voltron, Sailor Moon. Yeah, I take that back because
I thought it was Speed Racer.
Yeah, little do a lot of people know that we were exposed to anime a long time ago. Yeah, Silverhawks, Robotech,
Ronin Warrior.
Yeah.
Silverhawks anime?
Silverhawk is an anime.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it. It felt like a regular cartoon.
That's
how they got us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they got us.
A lot of people didn't know Pokemon was anime for so long.
Yeah.
They thought it was just here.
So it was just we were exposed to it. We just didn't term it anime.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't know it was anime. Like I always joke. I said Toonami can be solely responsible for turning a lot of people who never watched anime but just happened to be up during that block.
Yeah,
and then slowly converted them into that space.
Yeah.
It didn't take much, neither.
No.
It didn't take. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna show you."
Because I got narrowed down to two things. It's either And I joked about
he
this.
meant he said I
He
meant
oh,
screw
okay.
Jotaro or not Josuke. Okay,
Cool. I was gonna say thank you for clearing that up, sir, because we had questions. But no, it comes down to two things. I used to always joke about this. Like I did a poll. I said, which two things, if you were born between these years, made you an anime fan? And I gave three options. I said, was it the Chunin exam when you saw Rock Lee face Gaara, because that was a popular episode in Toonami? Did you watch Goku during the
Namco?
That 18-day spirit ball?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, during the 18-day spirit bomb. I was trying to think of the arc. There was Raditz arc. Yeah, no, it wasn't Raditz arc. It was Planet Vegeta, not Planet Vegeta.
That was a long
Frieza.
Yeah.
That between the spirit that hold him
God,
but you know
facing off with Frieza, that was the
But you-
long. I swear to God, that was the longest.
But you got
5 minutes in universe.
I kept thinking I was watching the same episode. I kept thinking I missed it, and it was just a repeat of the same episode.
I'm talking about getting home from work, trying to okay, they about to get it in. They've been doing this all week. Friday is gonna be the day.
But you gotta think though, it did make us patient. Did it not turn us
Only for them to start the entire series over.
Y'all remember when that happened? Like, oh man,
Yes.
he's gonna go Super Saiyan next episode. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Right, it's
And they
over.
started over.
He's still
Dragon
yelling
Ball
for-
Z. And I'm
yelling
like,
for
yo,
what
when we
episode
gonna get to it?
End of every arc.
It just
No,
it did teach us patience.
But it did teach us patience because Goku up someone. Next episode. Third episode.
Give me your energy.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna lie. How many kids at home sat up there and gave Goku their energy?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was practicing Kamehameha. I was practicing at home just to see if I could do it. I'm not gonna tell that one.
What are you doing today?
At some point, your parents just stop questioning what they hear.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking of that video where the black kid was sitting there. He was screaming because he called himself going Super Saiyan, and his mama came in there. Stop all that damn noise.
Parents watch the show with you,
Right.
so they know what's going on.
Oh my God, it's so bad that they have had us. Dragon Ball had us in the chokehold.
Man,
Yeah.
They had us in a whole chokehold. Good Lord. And they keep putting us in the chokehold.
They're still doing it.
It's bad when you have people go, why do y'all watch Dragon Ball? And then you sit them down for Super, and then they're like, wait, that's how what? How do you do that? It's like, well, first off, it's Goku in plot armor, so don't question that. It's like, well, why is Vegeta always angry? Again, Goku plot armor.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
No explanations after that. There's nothing else to be talking about. Nothing. So you're watching that. What is a series? What is a movie series or franchise that you just wish they would lit unalive? I guess
It's funny you say that right after we talk about Dragon Ball Super. For me,
all right. On that note, I'm just gonna go.
I thought he was going to say GT personally, but okay.
I can understand.
So
GT.
I'm going to make you mad there because I'm honestly one of the few that's like, yeah, GT for sure, all day, I'll take it. Throw Super away. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. The execution, it could have been better, much like a lot of things, right?
Mhm.
But think about it like this: a lot of the things that Super has in its arcs came from GT first. God of Destruction
Also, how far
was in GT. It was God of Destruction Mew.
Mhm.
What was he? A cat,
Mhm.
right? The copy Vegeta arc is nothing but the what? Baby Vegeta arc. The new set of Black Star Dragon Balls, Super Dragon Balls. Enemies from your past coming back. Resurrection F, Super Android 17. Right?
They've got to make room for new blood. They're just building characters. They're just building characters. I need you to leave them alone.
But I wish they would have left Piccolo alone.
Piccolo?
I didn't need Gold Piccolo. I didn't need that.
You didn't need Mountain Dew Piccolo?
No, I did not.
You know,
I need regular Black Air Force Energy Piccolo all day.
And they
That's
couldn't
it.
even get a good name right. Dragon Ball Super. They said, what was the name of that Piccolo? Orange Piccolo. He's a Dragon Clan Namekian. That could have been the dragon form. Where did he get the power from? The dragon. Right? That could have been the thing. But no.
Okay.
Orange.
Strong. You have a strong case. I can't argue that. That's a
The
strong case.
The last point then, right? What is the overarching story of Dragon Ball Super? You ain't really got one. It's kind of just, hey, they're doing this thing here, they're doing this thing here. GT, on the other hand, every season was a consequence of somebody's previous actions, right? The baby arc, the Tuffles versus the Saiyans, unresolved tension with that, right? Obviously, Super Android 17, all of their villains from hell coming back to face off against them, right? And then my favorite, the Shadow Dragons. Y'all can't just be using these Dragon Balls all willy-nilly, like we're seeing in Super Bulma wishing for a BBL.
I swear to God, I don't know why that was such a Bulma move, man. That was such a Bulma move, and I was pissed, but at the same time, I was like,
what else can you do?
I was like, it's Bulma. What did I expect?
He presents a strong case. I can't argue that. It's a strong case.
Now, another, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to go on a huge rant. I am on a huge rant, but I'm sorry. but if you guys remember, all of this is still technically taking place before the last couple episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Right? So now, with the introduction of the Gods of Destructions, the other universes, Jiren, Hit, all of them, now what is the hype for Oob? The whole point was we haven't seen anybody as strong as Majin Buu, Kid Buu, and he's an Earthling that's going to start out where Kid Buu was. The potential there. But you still ain't even beat Jiren by yourself. You haven't beaten Hit by yourself. You haven't beaten Beerus. You haven't beaten Broly by yourself. So why are we excited about Oob? You nixed the entire point of Oob's character. The whole point of the ending of you traveling off and leaving your family behind, but traveling off to train the next.
This is why Goku is the worst parent ever. Goku is by far the worst parent ever.
But you know what? He comes back.
Cracks the top 10.
Piccolo
at least got the milk.
Look, Piccolo is the black daddy we know him to be. Lloyd, you mentioned the Broly situation when Vegeta and Goku was fighting Broly. What did they do? We can't beat him together. We can't even beat him separately. We can't even beat him together. We need to find a way. Who did they go see? Piccolo. We need your help. What did he say? I want no parts of that. You crazy?
I don't want no part of that.
I ain't got no beef with him.
All Broly wanted to do was just sit there and enjoy nature. That's all. That's all he wanted to do. He was most powerful being in the entire world of Z, and all he wanted to do was be peaceful.
Which
he's Hulk.
Now,
drink water and mind my
business. Now he's not the strongest character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now he's not. Right. But no, it's just you got a point though.
It was one of those things. Like, I swear to God, that was such a black answer from Piccolo. Me and my son was watching that. We both cracked up laughing because we were just like, "Yeah, here, brother, for sure." Now it's just there was no way.
Piccolo never really did get, because everybody got to move up in power, but Piccolo was like, "Okay, so we're going to basically." The Namekian dragon is basically going to release his power into you, and you turn orange. I was like, wait a minute. So we can.
That's probably why he was just like, "This is why I didn't want to do this shit." I swear to God, I was like,
I was like, this is worse than the first time I saw Mr. Popo. I'm not gonna lie. This is worse than the first time I saw him.
Man.
They made him orange like orange soda.
Yeah.
Come on,
Olsen brothers.
Imagine being so ingrained into Dragon Ball that by the time me and my brother would watch this consistently, and by the time they got to Mr. Popo, we were like,
right. I kind of felt like that was a shot. That's like the first time. It's like the first time you come up Kami's tower and you see him. It's like,
and he's a servant.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
There was too many. It was too many red flags popping up. We were just like,
yeah, Why you? First off, you got him looking like a knockoff Disney character you ordered off Wish, and then at the same time, it's like,
Black as midnight,
Why does he
red
got-
lips,
and the lips. I was like,
I'm
I
like,
kind of feel like I should be watching after a while. Just like this is
Right.
what they think of us.
Yeah.
I'm like, and it didn't help because when we first seen it, it was on satellite dish,
Mm-hmm.
so there was no subtitles.
Yeah,
It was Japanese. So we're like, we don't know what he's saying right now.
but we know, man. We
I
know,
don't like-
we know what's
I
man.
don't know what he's
We
saying.
may not know Japanese, but we know
But-
insults in all languages.
But my radar senses is kicking off right now. And I'm just like, is this why y'all gave us Piccolo? Because this ain't rocking here. I don't know what this means.
But you know what's interesting though? I will say this because, and of course with our guest here, this is why I say, as bad as that was, I think it inspires like you guys at Midnight Comics, and it inspires other POC comic book creators because for the longest time, it's like we never really got accurate. We never got accurate characters, if it makes sense. I mean,
Sure.
everybody in here has seen anime where they couldn't get her hair right, they couldn't get her eyes, color, all that crap.
Mhm.
So, as messed up as it is, it did lead to individuals such as yourselves that have sat there and said, "Yeah, we can do a whole lot better than what we're seeing." So there's always been that. So that's all. That's why I say it is messed up because that was the catalyst. But if you think about it, that catalyst led to what we have now. Which, by the way, I do love your art, especially for the gray and soul, because I checked that out when I saw. I was like, Soul is the guy I'm trying to be shape wise. Like I said, okay, Soul is the guy I'm trying to be shape wise. So I was like, okay, inspiration, because it's like you took what was in my head and said, okay, broad shoulders, mid waist, I still got a gut, that's okay. But it's like trying to work that out. I was like, okay, cool. But it's one of those things like Chris and Will and myself and countless others all said this. We always want to be able to look at something and go, we can see it because we can relate to it. So
Yeah.
I get that. So yeah, I mean, I just had to throw it out there. And also at the same time, dude, respect on the Star Fox fans, because you don't find too many fans that are fans of Star Fox. So I just have to say respect to that. But no, I just had to point that out, because that, to me, when we see stuff in animes that we do love, but don't represent us well, that up there just makes sense. The reason why you guys, want to tell different types of stories, want to show different type of characters, but it's always cool to see a badass black dude or black woman. That's just me. I'm just go ahead and just be completely cynical about it.
It's not just the anime, either, the comics. It's like when we finally get
here's some looks. Here's a couple. Here's a cool look.
They don't use them.
Right.
They don't use them. Like one of my favorite characters is Vixen. Where is she?
Mm-hmm.
Vixen has the potential to be one of the strongest.
And the only place you've seen her used the most was Justice League Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And
didn't she have her own show for like 5 seconds?
She was on Arrow. She was on Arrow.
Dropped it like a hot pocket.
Her descendant was on Legends of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then they used her character for a little animated series they had on CW on CW.
Yeah,
but the Seed on CW. That's what it was.
But that kind of goes in the other part. It's like, you can have black characters. Can you write them? Because that's always been the other half. Because
they don't be black people.
They don't. that part. They don't be. It always infuriates me, because we have an example we've used on here before. The what if Miles Morales became Thor. If Miles Morales became Thor is by far the greatest. Horrific. It's the greatest example of when a writer who cannot write black people is allowed to write black people. And you see the dumpster fire that it has become, to the point to where everybody except executives are apologizing. So but
and see, this is a thing we like you said, well, we've always discussed this, because we don't see, we don't want to be separated from it, but at the same time, it needs our touch. It needs our influence. It needs our push. Yeah, because you just can't say, hey, I'm going to write Black Panther, and you're from Ireland and you know nothing about
If the sun hurts you,
yeah,
you're not allowed to write the black man.
Right.
it just doesn't.
Okay.
You know, and then they say, you know what? We're gonna get him as adopted father, and he's gonna come out of Russia. Wait, stop, hold on, wait a minute. You know, we need to talk. You know, it's like unlike like Coates run, Ta-Nehisi Coates run on Black Panther, where you started getting introduced to the Orishis and all the background of African culture and African gods and goddesses and deities. We needed that.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for those type of stories. So when you're talking about your characters and how they're related to Egyptian gods, and then you have another set of characters and they're related to this type of god, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And sidebar, we will have a lot more African deities showing up.
Nice
stories.
See, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're looking for. Because we need that.
Yeah,
we've been looking for that. We need that, and it's so
Do
hard.
you think you give us Vixen? I'll write it. Like, just hand over rights.
Because they just have. There are characters in DC. Victor Stone is one of them.
Yeah.
Vixen's another one. You know, they pretty much whitewashed Shahira Hall.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
That's why I'm so glad that characters like Static and the rest of the characters from the Dakotaverse are over here.
Right.
They're away from.
But that's why I always sit there and say, because that could be, and this going out to the universe, maybe Gunn is thinking about doing this, maybe he's not. But again, it's like if you're listening to your core audience, sorry, words getting slurred. If you listen to your core audience, I mean, what is the one thing we always ask for? We kept asking for Static because Black Lightning made us hope for Static, and we saw how that went. We saw Naomi again. We saw how that went.
Once again.
So it's one of those things to where I would love to see Static or Rocket or Icon or Hardware or Blood Syndicate. I would love to be able to see all those things, but like Chris said, you need to have seasoning. I don't need mayo. I don't need raisin potato salad. I need seasoning.
There needs to be some.
I need Lawry's in the.
I need Lawry's. I need Lawry's seasoning. Lawry's.
We got Lawry's.
I need Lawry's. I need glory. I need glory greens. I need the ham hocks. I need. You see what I'm saying?
In the can or in the bag?
I need the baked mac and cheese. Not the
glory is good
box.
either way. I'm sorry. You can take glory. You can take glory cans and still be good. That's blessed.
Yeah, right. You know, it's. I don't need Patti LaBelle pies, but you know, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's there.
Leave them patty pies alone.
She heard you.
Patty pies got their own mafia.
She heard you.
You know what? Real talk. They probably do.
But that's the reason why. That's why the reason why I think when it finally does become successful, this is sad because I just went over to my spelling words with my son. I'm terrible right now, but when it finally becomes successful, it's only because we actually pair the writers up with the characters and therefore go for that. That's why I keep hoping that if we do get Static, I want it to be a person of color. I want it to be a person of color, and it doesn't always have to. It doesn't have to reflect, if it makes sense, current events. There is so much stuff. I know. Will.
Will's just like, sign me up.
But it's like in your case, it's like you want to do Vixen. Why not? I'd rather it be a person of character, and also at the same time, I kind of want, just as a bonus, let it be a black woman that writes Vixen. That to me is double bonuses because number one, and it's just because y'all will be, because I always say it's best. A writer's greatest strength is their perspective. If they can add their perspective to a character, then it makes more sense. So why not can Vixen not be written by a black woman? Because again, seasoning. Actually,
we're asking for.
Actually, seasoning with shea butter, but you get the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Let's get into the lore of things. Let's the resurgence of the Dakotaverse was a breath of fresh air. Fans were clamoring for it. They wanted Static. They wanted Hardware. They wanted Blood Syndicate. We got it. and they made it modern enough that everything made sense, and we were okay with Brandon Easton and his entire team was behind it. Thank God. Thank you. And like you mentioned earlier, Natasha, you'd love to do Vixen. We need that. Sometimes you just need that particular core audience to have the right backing to put that character in the forefront, so it makes sense. So you can. What's going on, Montel? So they can get a sense of what's going on, and you understand the story better. That what if Miles Morales run was done well up until the Thor issue. They did Wolverine, and did if he had been Hulk, and then they got to the Thor, and I'm like, they did. I think did they do Captain America?
Yeah,
I think
they did Captain America.
They got to the Thor. It was a shit show.
Yeah.
It was a shit show. It was just, and I'm like, you didn't have to change that character like that. Not to that degree. You didn't have to have him the slang. I'm like, oh, what do you say?
Like,
the Hall of Justice. The Hall of Justice. Yes,
I almost went with that guy's voice when he said that. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice. I was like, that's all you
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice. You know.
Yeah.
So
Another something.
It's really hard. You know, I think we're to a point now. We're to the point in the culture of geekdom that they're seeing that, and we're being in platforms like this and Hit Nerds in Charge, Blurred and Powerful. Blurred Speaks, Blurred Over. It was Bama Blurred. It was bad. It was bad. Let's put it like this, Bama Blurred. My man said it's hammer time. Just leave it at that. But we're to the point where we're seeing more POC writers up front. We're seeing more POC artists. Shout out to Afua Richardson. Shout out Kara Mahorn, the Blurred girl, who
yes.
Where's it at?
Right here next to
I was gonna say she could write Vixen too.
Yeah, she can write.
She could do it too.
Yeah, got that book. Beautiful book. And she's also going to be in Marvel Voices. I think it's next month as a character.
Nice.
So
wow.
Yeah. So it's just when you have the right people, because they're capable, they have the skill set. It's there. We're just saying, hey, we're not going to keep bugging you. We're going to do like you guys are doing and just create our own. We're going to do like Black Sands and tell these stories how they should be told. We're gonna do like Concrete Comics, or and tell these stories. Greg Durham and all these other guys is out here putting in the work and showing up. He said, I'm glad you talked about Mr. Popo.
Yeah, Mr. Popo still
need to get away with it, right?
But it's like you guys is like I said with the gray. I like the fact, Lloyd, how you describe the gray. It's like. Because for me, that falls right into that panel of stories that I'm used to, that I love to see that kind of thing. It's like, oh, I have to make sure this happens, otherwise the world ends. I'm like, I dig that because you don't how can I put this so nicely? You don't ever see something of like a brilliant scientist figures out a way to basically harness the power of 2 miniature black holes, but has to do just enough to make sure that she doesn't kill the person or takes out the entire planet. You don't really hear that kind of story. I mean, you had people get shocked about Shuri being one of the smartest people in the MCU and figuring out a problem that Bruce Banner and Tony Stark couldn't figure out. And
wait till they get a hold of Moon Girl.
Man.
Yeah. Moon Girl and I can't wait for Moon Girl and Dinosaur.
Oh, I can't wait. 13-year-old black girl kicking ass.
I'm sorry. We didn't hear what you said.
No, I'm saying like y'all don't realize that the smartest person in Marvel Comics right now is a little black girl.
Yeah.
Y'all better.
Oh, that's so man.
right now because
Oh, that's gonna mess them up. That's
So
gonna,
Ted,
oh, I can't. Oh, I
They are-
cannot.
This is
I
just
cannot
literal
wait to-
pandering.
they are so not ready.
You're right
They are
though.
so
Look,
not ready.
I stay on the
You thought
dark
Shiri
side.
was
I stay
a
on the dark
problem.
side Twitter. So let me tell you this. Me being on the dark side of Twitter, this is how petty I am. I am waiting for the first episode of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur to come out just so I can have my Twitter feed up and just wait for all these shocked rice cake warrior folks to be like, how is she this smart? How does she have a dinosaur? I cannot wait for that out. I'm just gonna sit there and be like, yes, bask in it. just bask in it.
We can say this. You guys can have Valeria Richards. We have Shiri, Riri Williams, and Moon Girl. You're fine.
But the beautiful part about this is it's gonna be done. But here's what's gonna really mess them up. It's gonna be done well.
Yeah,
that's the thing that's gonna mess
Come
them
on,
up.
they played us a trailer, and Childish Gambino was playing on her.
Yes,
it's black.
Yeah.
It's black. It is. I mean,
I'm gonna hold my breath until I see it. Me and Marvel, we got trust issues right now with their TV shows.
the chuds will go crazy.
Yeah. He's right. He's exactly right. They gonna lose their minds.
Oh my god! So it's I mean, it's refreshing when I see creatives like yourself, in the coming up, and reaching out and say, hey, when I send you a message and say, hey, I like what I'm seeing. You want to come and talk about it because I want to get you guys out front. I want you guys to be seen. I want people to jump on this Kickstarter. Go follow the IG page. Go to Midnight Comics and show them some love and say, hey, look at some of the panels they got up and look at some of the work they got putting up. Like, this is good stuff, and support those POC creatives who really are out there, doing the artwork. We are Martian Blueberry, and they're a perfect example.
Oh, dang.
They gave us the Boondocks and Black Dynamite. You ain't shit, Black Dynamite. So I swear to God, I always have to do that. Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
The anime matched the movie.
It really did. It really did. Even the voice work, I'm like, oh, they got them all, didn't they? Okay. Yeah. Bullhorn.
Black Dynamite. We got problems.
But I want to see that type of work being pushed up front. Laren DeJeanette gave us the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. He gave us stuff like One Saturday Morning on ABC back in the late 80s, early 90s. So they don't know. There's kids who've seen this stuff. There's our generation and maybe younger who don't know. They might have been watching the cartoon. I love that cartoon. You know what? Who did that cartoon? This person. I love the Justice League. I love it. You know who's responsible for writing most of the Justice League cartoons? Dwayne McDuffie.
Yep.
Opens doors. He's responsible for the Dakotaverse. So a lot of people don't get that. I'm like, no, we're more influential in every space we're in.
Yep.
And they don't understand that. They just you just see it at face value and you forget. You're like, yo, no, the person who's behind that, yeah. Like, you watching Catwoman on Harley Quinn, and she's a sister, and she's voiced by Sanaa Lathan, and it works on so many levels. Because see, now I want to now we got Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman. So like,
and well,
yeah, very well, yeah.
My mind went to a place. I'm sorry. My mind went to a place. I'm so sorry.
I'm clean.
I'm clean.
That's two black women or black women.
But so it's a breath of fresh air when I see people like yourselves really putting in the work and saying, hey, you need to really check this out. We got, not only do we have fresh, brand new characters, but we got some dope stories, and these characters are out of this world. I look at Marvel and I look at characters like I'm looking at Blue Marvel right now. Dope character, dope origin story, tragic almost. And then I look at people like Monica Rambeau and Luke Cage. Luke Cage is a freaking mayor of New York right now.
Right.
Never seen that coming. You know, seeing some of these characters step out into this, which is weird because Marvel tends to get that part.
Yeah.
With their characters of color. They get a little more shine, they get a little more recognition, and they're especially in Black Panther, they're introducing more.
Yeah.
Like they're introducing more. Like one was on the X-Men, for Christ's sake, so like they're introducing more character. They're like, yeah, this is not going to be like you. This may not even be the only book you see this character in. You're going to see them somewhere else.
But that's the thing though. Marvel will take risk. I will give Marvel that. Marvel will take risk, and you knew they will take risk. And the simple fact of the matter is, I always tell everybody, look at the second issue of Black Panther. There is a story behind the second issue of Black Panther.
Yes,
just like there's a story behind if I remember right, there's a story behind Captain America 42 where we get introduced to the first Captain America, not before Steve. We got introduced to actually
red, white, and black.
Yeah, so we got introduced to him, and that was a story because for a lot of people that don't know this, those issues were never supposed to come out. Like Black Panther's second issue of him beating down the KKK was never supposed to come out. We were never that issue was never supposed to come out. The fact that we were going to get introduced to the first Captain America, red, white, and blue, that wasn't supposed to come out. So, and there's like 20 different other comic issues out there that were never supposed to come out. But it's amazing how all of them were surrounding POCs.
Right.
It's like they would not tell a story out of fear that the readers will reject them. And I'm like, y'all realize those two comics I named alone have been Marvel's bestsellers.
Right.
Like two of them out of the top 20, those two are the highest selling ones in reprints and originals. So again, it's almost like I will give Marvel credit. They will take risk when telling certain stories involving people of color. DC, however,
can't help canceling stuff.
I want to blame DC. I want to blame Warner. I want to blame the DC head honchos. I think we're on number 7 by now. I think Gunn and Safran make 7 because I'm pretty sure we went through at least 6 CEOs in like the last 8 years.
Yeah,
but I can blame Warner Bros. Discovery post the merger, but that's always been DC's horror crux. That's always been a horror crux. It's like, why are you so scared to tell to literally, as Natasha pointed out, why are you so scared to push Vixen? You're scared to push a powerful woman. You're scared to push a powerful Black woman to the front. Why? We've had enough blondes and redheads.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, it's like, why not push Jon Stewart? Why not push Cyborg?
Which they're just now doing is as far as Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Cyborg. I'm like, there was a moment during DC's run that he really had a shining moment, but you ran out how to tell a story.
And that's why I said it makes no sense. It's like you get to that point, you're up at bat, and you just step out.
We don't know what to do with him. Like we want to make him happy. Every one of your characters have a tragic story. Why does this one need to be the same? Or why does this one need to be the happy? Like, we need to make him happy. Why?
It's like we like to see Black. As it was one joke on one of Dave Chappelle's specials. He said, look, for people who write Black characters in comics, we don't got to be always happy. You could just show us as we are. So you can show us as we are.
Okay.
Well, I think the problem is
right.
I mean, and I think that was one of the problems with Naomi. It was you had a character that had some promise, a brand new character at that was hardly known, even in comics form, and you didn't know what to do with that character.
Naomi was CWized. That's
Naomi is what happens when you want to put chocolate on Vampire Diaries and then move the vampires.
Shut up.
I'm gonna try.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna try. That got everybody. I apologize, but that's just honestly. No, it's like Naomi. I was like, because Ava DuVernay. Forgive me if I mispronounced your last name.
Yeah, Ava DuVernay. Yeah,
Ava DuVernay. I love her as a producer, and I'm like, she's behind this. Okay, cool. Let me give it a shot. Watched the first episode. Didn't watch anything since because it
wasn't hitting.
It didn't.
Not only was it hidden, I didn't need Scooby-Doo. Naomi is not Scooby-Doo. She is a super fan, yes, of Superman. Yes, she is not Nancy Drew.
There was a lot of situations with that show because I tried watching. I got up to episode 5 and I'm just like, this.
It's okay you don't have to finish your plate. You know that, right?
I stopped. I pulled 4 and 5 were the ones that just was like, all right, this ain't getting it. It just was.
And then it's the whole, and then you try to introduce a Thanagarian, but it's like it's not Hawkman. You introduce a Thanagarian, but it's not Hawkman.
Yeah,
he had all the qualities of Hawkman,
but it ain't him.
But it's not. But it ain't Hawkman.
But it ain't Hawkman.
Don't tell him.
And I'm like, you couldn't use Hawkman like at all.
I kind of feel like Ryan Reynolds. It's like you almost want to pull a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. It's almost like the studio didn't really have the budget for this expenditure. But Black Lightning. Oh yeah, we're not going to. No.
Yeah, I mean,
Black Lightning made me mad.
Black Lightning.
Scooter.
I was rooting more.
Not Scooter.
It was Scooter. I cannot get past that
right now.
That was Scooter.
You leave Scooter alone. Scooter don't got nothing to do with this.
Look, There were storylines that were completely dropped because like you had Jill Scott,
Lady Eve,
and it looked like it was going somewhere. And dropped her character,
and then you bring on Wayne Brady, who by far gave us the greatest representation of Gravedigger.
Yeah,
gave us the greatest representation. Wayne Brady. No. Y'all laugh. Y'all laugh. I kid you not.
Bitch, I'm saying.
I will give Wayne Brady credit. Wayne Brady did the greatest. He did so far. If they ever bring Gravedigger back anywhere, he really did give us a really good Gravedigger.
I wanted to see where it was going.
Yeah,
I'm not laughing at Wayne Brady. I'm like, damn, how much of this show did I?
I don't remember a goddamn thing.
Look, when I tell you, Will, when I tell you, I was trying to hang in there with Black Lightning because I'm like, I said on my other podcast, I'm like, if you want to save Black Lightning,
Savage?
I said, number one, if you want to save Black Lightning, first off, integrate it with the rest of the Arrowverse. Number 2, introduce Static. That's it. If you introduce Static, you would have saved Black Lightning. But you chose not to.
That piss poor season of the Flash, where was it? What 5? It was a season, and it was only 5 episodes, but it was a crossover. It was a crossover event, and the person who had the most screen time was Ray Palmer. Everybody else came literally at the end, and Black Lightning came at the end. I'm like, how were y'all introducing? He looked lost. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. He looked like he just got pulled in. he looked like he just walked into the wrong door at an AA meeting. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here.
Even when he seen Superman, he was like, "Wait, he's real here?" I'm like, It was all over the place.
They called Cress Williams coming back from his lunch break.
Middle of the sandwich. Oh, y'all
come here real quick.
Actually, I'll
need you to come over to this lot 34 real quick.
The actress who played Batwoman, now she got the worst end. She got the worst of it,
and she did the best she could.
Yeah, she got the worst of it.
Wait, the second Batwoman or the first one?
The second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the one that could fill out. Again, I apologize. I almost said the one
Jesus
that
can
could
see you.
And some.
Jesus can see you. Yeah, Jesus can see.
Lord, that woman.
Jesus can see you. Not Jesus can see you.
He knows.
It's been a while.
He knows my heart.
Come on.
I'm just saying. It's just like she had a worse. You were already on a sinking ship. I mean,
That-
number
yeah.
one, you
I couldn't.
are
I
one of-
didn't. I didn't put none of that blame in her lap at all.
No.
Yeah.
no.
At
she,
all.
She couldn't do anything with that show. It
I
was
mean, she
already- it
got
was
you.
already
She
on.
got you 2 more seasons, if anything.
Yes.
And then
So-
they tried to introduce Batwing. That's all. I was like, brother.
Oh,
They tried to introduce you and then gave you how they go introduce you, but then give you a reason why you can't use the suit. And then you finally could use the suit, and it's at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Waste of time.
Right. It was just a waste of time.
y'all just trashed Lucius Fox so bad.
I'm just dang.
So bad. But yeah, I don't. Seeing once again, seeing characters that look like us, represent us,
Mm-hmm.
and not be represented correctly is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's in comics, whether it's in movies, whether it's in TV shows, we don't see it. We don't see it enough. You're damn near pandering, and we don't want that. We want Sister Midnight.
Yes.
Okay, we want Regina King kicking ass.
Yeah.
You forget. Well, you don't forget. We don't forget.
Mhm.
But you just forget. We just know this is a sister who's kicking ass. She about business, and this is it.
Mm-hmm.
We want that.
Well,
I can't-
oh no, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say I'm just thinking of the whole. I'm tired of the MCU getting called MCU. That shit is mad fucking
Oh yeah,
annoying.
That's because you got-
I'm tired of
that's
that.
because everybody-
I've been
that's
tired of
idiots.
it.
Annoying right now.
No, Kira. See, that's idiots who've never read a She-Hulk comic.
Yeah,
Right.
Idiots who never
but
read
see,
a She-Hulk comic.
it's idiots who's never read and paid attention to Marvel comics. Period. When they realize like there's a lot of female heroes in this universe. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel, but it's not just the fact that it's women in these shows or in these universes. It's the blame that it's getting for the bad writing, and that's not the case. Like if these comics have been out for decades, it's not the comics.
Mhm.
No,
It's the people that are making these iterations of them. They simply don't know how to write for these characters, and
But
they
here's-
won't hire the people that can do it properly.
But the funny part is people were mad about Miss Marvel. Some were mad about Miss Marvel.
some were
Not
mad
realizing
about
that-
it. Some were
not
mad about Miss
realizing-
Marvel.
Yeah, not realizing that Miss Marvel was actually written by a lot
Yeah.
of diverse people that could really gave the essence of who Kamala Khan was. You know who got mad about it? Potato salad people. Same way like She-Hulk. They got mad about She-Hulk, and I'm like, wait a minute.
And then what did She-Hulk do?
Mhm.
Let's make this about them. Let's
Yeah.
make fun of them.
That was beautiful.
And that's what they did.
Yeah. Yeah. I was at the comic talking about Miss Marvel. I was at at my comic book spot,
Mhm.
and this guy was going off on how how much he didn't like her. He thought that she was annoying. She was doing a little bit too much cutesy shit. And I'm like, oh, you mean like Peter Parker?
Mm.
You
The
mean
literal child?
young Peter Parker? Is that what you're talking about? Because he seems very annoying in the Marvel universe. I don't understand. What's the difference?
Yeah, I tell them.
I've heard people complain about Jennifer, like, oh, she gets around. I'm like, yeah,
I tell 'em all the
Jennifer, She-Hulk herself is
The way they complain,
the sister's
the way
open.
the way
Didn't
they
Tony
complain.
Stark get around?
Yeah, she got it on.
Oh,
She got it in with Stark. She got it in with
Yeah.
Ben. She got it in with Thor.
Yeah.
She,
Well, the
she
thing
got
about
it
is,
with Starfox.
Name.
well, the thing about it is,
Stand
though,
Stand still too long, you might catch it.
Right.
Yeah,
She
but
makes
nobody-
cat look. There's literally a panel where they were all like in like a hot spring,
Mhm.
and it was Tony, Cap, and I can't remember who else, Thor, and somebody else. And she gets in bare nude.
Mhm.
The look on Steve's face
Mhm.
said it all. Tony was just like, "It's a party now,"
Finally.
and thought nothing of it.
But that's the thing, though. It's just like the reason why you're gonna run into idiots like that is because they got to find some way to relate. Like, let's be honest. Some of them see Tony Stark, and that's their fantasy. Some of them see Thor, again, that's their fantasy. When you see Kamala Khan, it's like, I said it best. Kamala Khan is an MCU fan who becomes a superhero, but is still at the heart of it an MCU fan.
Yeah,
Right.
A lot of us can relate to that because we're all MCU fans.
and it was
Aside from
cute.
that,
It
she's a
was
culture
cute.
that they can't relate to. On top of that,
That part, because you know,
And I love that show. I loved it because it was because everybody's seen a little real fans seeing themselves in Kamala because it's like she's nerding out, she's having fun, she's finally getting exposed to this stuff, and then it's about her culture. It's about her culture, and she didn't shy away from it.
To learn about what was going on with, like, I for the life of me, because I'm not going to learn it in my public school. I had no idea why how Pakistan became a country. I had no clue what the fuck was going on.
But Kira, remember, can we talk about when it comes to certain things like this, how they sprinkle a little bit of history? They sprinkle that history in, and the potato salad people get scared. They get so scared.
Tulsa, yes,
we get so scared when we start sprinkling in the history. And that's the reason why they ended. That's the reason why. Well, we didn't know that. Well, of course not. You're not supposed to.
But now you fucking do. Could you shut the fuck up so you might learn some more?
It's like that's the thing about it.
Wait till they find out about. Wait till they find out about Central Park.
Boy, head ass boy.
them underwater towns. Wait.
Look here.
Them
lakes in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry, but
But no, that's the thing though. It's just like they can't relate, so they have to hate. It's almost like an automatic reaction. It's like I always tell people best. I said, you know what I would love, and I know we talk about this a lot. I said, I want that initial feeling. Remember when Black Panther got announced, and there was this whole push on tickets that y'all gotta, we gotta get people in here. We gotta get the young, we gotta get everybody, people of color. You gotta go see this. This is the first time that we're going to see a black superhero be presented in such a positive way, and it's uplifting and it's better. And everybody from East Coast to West Coast, especially here in the South, they're all like, "Oh, well, we're giving away tickets to see Black Panther. We doing this." I'm like, at first, I'm thinking to myself, this is the biggest publicity stunt I have ever heard of. But then,
for no reason.
But then when you go to the movie theater, what do you see? You see people dressed up. You see people bringing kids, even babies. And again, people who bring babies. Lord, find babysitters. My God.
You get a pass if you don't get to see it right away. It's okay.
Look, I'm not trying to go on this rant because I just came out of a movie theater with babies. Look, I understand. As a person that's expecting his first child very soon, I understand. You cannot trust your baby with anybody. But for the love of God, babysitters are rampant.
Not rampant.
Please do not bring your screaming children. Please do not bring your screaming children that you cannot soothe in less than 30 seconds to the movie theater. That's all I ask.
Good and well, when it came to Black Panther, there was a set of parents that was like, I don't care what nobody said. I'm bringing my baby. Like, your baby don't know how to shut up.
No,
Chris, I don't mean that in the meanest way neither.
It's funny you mentioned that because that happened. I went 2 times. I went one time at midnight because me and her wanted to go without children. Second time we took the kids, right? Exactly like you did. Baby sitting there crying, right? You had 2 older women get up out their chairs, go over to where the child is in the vicinity of. You don't hear that child no more. So I'm not sure if they helped out or they helped out.
Why'd you pull a roadie? You was just like, why don't we just go back in time with baby Thanos?
All I know is you just saw
Harriet Tubman.
All I know is you saw 2 men. You saw 2 women walk toward the sound. The sound stopped. I didn't go investigate. I didn't go look. I sat there and watched the rest of my movie.
I'm not gonna lie, because I've seen Black Panther a couple times in theater, and I think it might have been the second time. It was didn't get out of control. It was one of them, kind of fitsy for a hot second. I literally said, "Get it under control." I don't know where they were sitting at, but I could hear them because the theater was packed, and so I'm like, I know they weren't near me, but I was like, "Get it under control." And and like it was a couple people behind me laughing, but they snapped it together because it was like, look, we here.
Tighten up.
Tighten this up. Tighten this up.
But the reason why I bring that up is because we all saw everybody was. You didn't hear one negative thing that was said in the movie theater. Everybody was into it. You probably saw some tears in some scenes, especially the front part, just because of the whole representation of us. You might have had a little bit of mayo sprinkled in there for posterity, but for the representation of us on the screen in that type of setting and that type of movie and that type of setup, that's an undescribable feeling. So imagine seeing that not just in the movies, but also in comics on that large of a scale.
Yeah.
Or, like we talked about anime, we would love to sit there and have that anime moment where we see Rock Lee, or we see Naruto, or we see, XYZ do something and it's a black person. You want that same feeling. And that's the thing about it. That's the reason why we love comics and anime and things of that nature so much. It's that tangible feeling that we get that we can relate to. So imagine, looking at Midnight Comics and you see somebody like Saul. Yes, I'm still stuck on Saul because again, Saul is my body goals. But again, it's like, imagine seeing stories about those people of color, written by people of color. It's still the same feeling. So that's why I think that's the thing we're all chasing. That I love that you guys are doing, how other other graphic novel storytellers that everybody else is doing, because I think it's just that tangible feeling that we get, that we can sit there, we can relate to it, we can enjoy it. It's well done.
You're more tied into it.
Yeah,
you're more invested.
You are more invested into it. Exactly right.
So before we get out of here, Lloyd, Natasha, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, midnightcomics.org. That'll have all of our social medias. I'll have you on there right at the top. But Instagram, it's Midnight X Comics. Then it's Midnight Comics on Facebook, and then it's Midnight X Comics everywhere except for Facebook. Boom. And YouTube. There we go.
Because you guys are bringing a product, and your Kickstarter starts Monday, right?
Monday.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit you guys up. I'm gonna get the link, and I'm gonna share the link on our pages. So. See, yes, this is what I do here. I make myself, I prostrate myself before the court, and I do it proudly. So, but man, I love what I've been seeing, and if y'all know anything like I do, y'all go out there, y'all support the Kickstarter when it kicks off next week. I'm telling you to go support that Kickstarter. I'm not giving you an option. Don't have me call DC up because he'll tell you. He'll tell you.
Movie theater, get it together.
Get it together. Tighten it up. Y'all know what to do.
Tighten it up.
Look, do like them two ladies when they went over to that baby. They just whatever it was. Baby, stop crying.
We didn't ask questions. It was just a.
Right.
But yeah, I appreciate what y'all got going. I can't wait to see the finished products of what you're putting out there. You got my full support. You also have an open door policy here. So whenever you have a new project you're putting out, another Kickstarter, send me a message. Let me know if you want to come on and promote. That's perfectly fine. I want you on. I want to see that. I want to see more people say, hey, yo, that's cool what DC did, but did y'all see what Midnight Comics just put out? Right.
Mm-hmm.
I want that, because what I've been seeing, like with this is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
This is totally different look. I want this. I need this. I need.
You need to see the big part.
Oh man.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. She's like, that was nothing. Wait till you see it. That was nothing.
Y'all keep mentioning Soul. The good news is when we released the first Tales from Midnight, we did like a poll with everybody that had purchased the book at the time to decide what comes out next, who's getting their solo run worked on first. And Soul and the Gray won. So good news. Spring and summer, Soul and the Gray are coming. So
good, because I was already on your website, and
me too. I'm already in. I'm multitasking. I'm looking.
Because I was like,
Look at y'all being like Bruce Wayne over there. That's awesome. All those millions of screens. Now you're being like me.
Oh no, I was looking. They heard. I know. Lloyd heard me when I said, "Dang, you sold out already."
Did it?
I was like, he. That's how I know he heard what I said.
Man,
Physical copies are coming back real soon, so definitely
that's what's dope. So go ahead, hit them up on their IG, Midnight X Comics, and midnightcomics.org.com. Is it .com?
.org.
Midnight.org. Midnightcomics.org.
Extra official.
Extra.
There it is. Extra official.
Nice.
All right. So to the lady of the land, the birthday lady.
Oh,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. 26 never looked so good.
I mean, oh my God, the bags under my eyes. I look like I'm.
She's on that Bassett regimen.
Uh-huh.
That Bassett Sade regimen. Yeah.
I
That
pray to
Bianca
the, I
Lawson.
pray to the right gods. That's all.
Let the apothecary flow out.
Right.
Yeah, hi. I'm Kira. I run a little internet thing called Room Full of Blurs. I have not given it an official thing that it is, but I can be found here on Blur's Eye View every Tuesday and Thursday. I also run an audio chat room on an app called Fanbase every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram at Roomful of Blurs, Twitter, Roomful of Blurs without two O's in it, and my little podcast called Child of Mandalore, where I discuss the history of the Mandalorian people and the planet.
And,
Huzzah! Yes, I do.
I know we're gonna get some choice stuff because the Mandalorian season 3 is getting ready to drop really soon.
I will be posting my 3rd episode of the history tomorrow.
Nice.
Look out for it.
Yes.
Cinematic Assassin will be watching. What's going on?
Hey, in the immortal words of Nelly, you can find me at Mayhem Media.
You got to roll your eyes when they do that, like you did on the stage. Whatever he had going on, boy, I don't know what that was.
MAYEHEM Media, taking a little social media break at the moment, but when I'm back, all the socials, that's where you can find me with that tag. To our guests, I just want to say, I feel like we didn't really tap into this enough, but y'all,
we're gonna get them back again.
Yeah, we need
y'all
to come back.
Our like frenemies turn lovers. Like, I'm feeling like a spiritual successor to Love and Basketball, and I just want to like get those film rights up off y'all before y'all become multi-millionaires. So I'll let your boy whenever y'all ready to tell y'all story.
Project.
Right.
Okay.
Pass me as myself, and we have a deal.
Yeah.
But that's me.
All right.
Oh, good.
Black Fox of the Square Circle.
Man, we'll try and get the movie rights. All right, I don't blame you though. Shoot your shot.
Get the bag. Get the bag.
I don't blame you. Shoot your shot.
Deion Sanders it. Do what you got to do, baby.
Go on.
Now you know prop. No, I'm gonna even shut up. I've been doing Deion Sanders a little bit too
Let
much.
that man be, Skip.
I was like, Skip. You gonna let me finish, Skip? Every time, Skip. Every time I want to say something, you gonna have to say something. But go on, Skip, go on. So see, I don't think that's wrong. Anyway, Black.
I was going to say, it wasn't me this time.
This is why I am terrible at this because, as you can see, I'm part goofball, part weird. But anyway, of course, you can find me BlackRock447 on all socials. You can I usually give reviews on everything that I watch, that I play, that I see. Also, I do do a little bit on Blur's Eye View, the website. I actually, as Chris says, I do run the Squared Circle as I usually give my reviews of wrestling. I love wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real. People are fake. Shout out to Mr. Anthony for that one. Aside from that, I do have a couple podcasts of my own. I do host a current news political podcast every Wednesday and Saturday called How the Frack We Got Here. I do believe in the fact that you do need to be informed, especially about the crazy world that we're living in. So hopefully you guys can join me there. Every Friday, me and my co-pilot Joe have a video game podcast called Get Bit. We usually cover a lot of things down in the world of anime, the world of video games, and things of that nature. So you can definitely join us there. Both those shows can be found on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitch. And like I usually say, feel free to follow me. I'm pretty much a social, nice person. Very talkative, if my fiance will tell you, because there have been plenty of times she's been giving me the "I'm ready to go." Lloyd, you understand? Lloyd, you understand that look, right? When you talk too much, I'm ready to go.
Look, my wife does that to me all the time. When the minute someone asks me something comic related in a social setting,
Oh, you're gone.
she just says, I'll be in the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so I have to make this short. Is that how? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you don't get the take your time, Pastor. You get hurry up.
We got to go.
Wrap it up,
We got to go. Mommy needs to leave.
But no, aside from that, the only rule I have is, hey, feel friendly, be social, don't be a creeper, and we'll all be cool.
Yo, everybody, it is your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Blurred's Eye View. Show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. Also, Blurred's Eye View podcast is always looking for great people. But you know what? If you want to look for us, you can find us on IG right there. And then when you go to IG, you'll get the link in the bio, and it will send you to all the socials, including the Blurred's Eye View podcast on Facebook. And you can listen to us on Opulence Radio. Just download the Opulence Radio app, and you can listen to all of our past episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays before you get to the new stuff. Tuesday night and Thursday night. And that's Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch handle, Blurred's Eye View 1, and Thursdays 9 p.m. Eastern, same channels. I want to thank our guests. Natasha, I want to thank our guests, Lloyd and Natasha Jones, for bringing on. Let me take this off of here. Let me take this over here. Let me give y'all the proper, bring y'all back in and give y'all the proper thing there. Hold on, where you at? There you go. Here we go. There you go. I didn't pay y'all. Please stop doing that. I didn't stop doing it. Slow down, people. I'm not Oprah. I'm not Oprah. All right. But man, thank you once again for coming on, talking about your project. And I'd love to have you back once you get your Kickstarter going. The Kickstarter's gonna do fine. I'm putting that in the air.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'm putting that in the air.
I'm just waiting for the in stock notifications.
Right. Coming.
I mean, no, that's a great sign. Don't get me wrong. I went on. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and order some and out of stock. Oh well, shit.
Yeah.
I said that's great for them. I guess I gotta wait for the next run.
Yeah. Well, see that, and that's a good sign, because when we see stuff like that, when we see that you have content that people are thirsty for, like we are thirsty for it.
Mm-hmm.
We are, like, as a comic book fan, I can't tell you how many times I don't know what this is with the two big houses where they get to a certain number and then they stop and they restart it. And it was like, okay, you putting my stuff out of order now. I don't.
Right.
You're messing with the church's money.
You're messing with the church's money at this point. And like, I need my stuff in order and continuing. You know, it is like, are you guys losing track? I don't know, because it's making me lose track. But man, thank you. We definitely want to have you guys back, whether it's to start the Kickstarter off or whether the Kickstarter has finished and you've been successful. We want you guys back to talk about what you got coming up. Saul in the Gray, you said spring and summer.
Yes, sir.
Look out for it. I'm all these characters that I've been seeing on your page, and I was just like, yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging this art. I am digging this art. I'm digging these backgrounds on these characters. That is tasty.
I thought that too. That was good.
That's tasty. I like that. I like that. So, we definitely want to get more into this. this blurred love lifestyle that you guys got going, and how you guys settled the Marvel DC debate. I'm pretty sure Natasha won out on that one.
To be determined. Sounds like
I left him anyway.
Yeah, right.
Lloyd said that. Lloyd said, "I'm not done."
Sound like every guy. It was like
he admitted defeat.
I'll shut up now. But when she gone, I'll be back. I'm gonna be talking again.
Every time.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, but we definitely want you guys back because we want to talk more about your future projects when you can, and if there's other little anime discrepancies that you guys have against each other.
Like, I was not expecting that Dragon Ball the super case argument.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't expect. Usually I have a rebuttal. I had nothing.
Will was speeches on. He was just like, "Wait a minute,
shoot! I feel like OJ post Johnny Cochran. I didn't have nothing to this trial." I said, "God,
you didn't for our One Piece dissertation."
Oh God!
Well, on that note,
yep, definitely got to have them out. Gotta have them back again.
Kira, we're with you. We can't.
You see?
No, I thank you.
Straw Hat Gang.
Don't let him get you. Oh God, damn.
Bam.
All right. See, one more drink the Kool-Aid.
See, Straw Hat Pirates all day. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Go ahead and find us on those socials. Show your love, as I do with every show. Thank you for our guests. Thank you for my team. And once again, we love to have you back again. As I do with it in every show, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, educate and encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury with our special guests and this team. I can't do the circle thing, right?
Van and White thing.
This way. We'll catch you Tuesday. Until then, we are out of here.